X. So like obviously people are always going to pick him. And then we were talking about the Petra a little bit before earlier, and so it's actually going to be pretty cool to see Ahmet pilot this character.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see kind of how he plays this out. Oh, wow. Okay. Leaning a little bit more into the orb than I'm used to seeing from the Petras. Like a lot of times I feel like they're gauntlet mains that'll just kind of splash in some orb.
Yeah, I feel similarly, especially like, you know, you throw out like a lot of, sometimes you rack up damage with that orb and you swap over to the gauntlets, you throw out some of those wild signatures that Petra has, but Ahmet here probably looking for maybe like one side lights here in the corner, maybe two, depending. Petra does hit extremely hard though, so we'll see what that KO option is going to be, and goes for the extension there because of the gravity cancel. That's going to be an easy stock take for Ahmet.
That was a great recognition from Ahmet. I thought for sure that was going to be a side light side air, go for that consistent damage, but knew he could get that extra hit into the KO and went in with that nair recovery.
Oof, and Bamya's having a tough time hitting Ahmet. I didn't think it was going to look so bad to start. Hold on, goes for the weapon throw. It's not going to connect. Nice retaliation from Ahmet on the way back up as well, but Bamya cannot seem to get these hits here in neutral. Just can't break through the mold.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit similar to what happened in Winner's Final. It was Ahmet who won 3-1, and I was looking at this like, that's a bit surprising, but seeing how this is going, I kind of get it. Ahmet's been really in the driver's seat, especially with this orb, really getting that extension very consistently with that side light and air.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, Bamya kind of fishing, right? Throwing out these end lights, needs to get some sort of a dodge read here or throw out a stray signature or something, but about to get lapped again here. Ahmet looking for the final KOing blow, tries to get that unarmed Sayer. It's not going to connect. Unarmed Nair will, though, and one recovery will seal the deal here. Bamya has to be careful.
Yeah, talking about fishing, man. He's just throwing out some heavy moves. Saw that N-Sig whiff, and in my gut, I'm like, man, Bamya really wants this KO, but it's going to be Ahmet with another one.
He's going to leave the weapon there as well. Says, go ahead, pick it up. Ooh, and gets the punish here as well. Tries to go for that down air, not guaranteed. And maybe a year ago that would have worked, but not this year.
Okay, good side air. Bamya's going real low on that one. Was likely setting up for an air recovery, but this is going to be it. And yeah, 3 stock to start off our grand finals for EU.
That was brutal. I'm not gonna lie. He got the meanest dodge read there at the end there, and I don't even know what Bamya was supposed to do. And you get read that hard by gauntlets off stage, like your stock is just gone. There's nothing saving you from that weapon, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think many players, like literally me earlier today when I was playing ranked, got caught by a nair off stage when my recovery was coming out. And at that point, it's just over and it's heartbreaking. You just kind of swing and hope you can get a chase dodge up. But I'm sure Bamya saw that and saw the writing on the wall the second his recovery got stuffed.
Yeah, no, I mean, even looking at the damage numbers from that game, right? Like basically 500 damage coming out from Ahmet. Pretty standard damage number, I would think. But then on the side of Bamya, 182 damage. So that's like barely getting someone past the red, right? Like, well, not barely. You got them to the red and a little bit more, but like that's one stock. Like you couldn't even. You're in grands, you know, like what's going on here. But Ahmet clearly, I mean, you were saying before the winners finals kind of went that way. Maybe we're going to see a repeat of that here in the grands.
We're seeing a swap on the side of Bamya. It's going to be over to the Taros. And this is one thing that I was kind of thinking about. You were talking about how like he's like fishing for the neutral light. And that's kind of like the pitfall of sights sometimes, is if you're not getting those dodge reads, then you're going to struggle to rack up damage. With something like Taros, you don't have to worry about getting that dodge read because you're going to hit hard with that single hit, that maybe double hit if you go for the hammer. So it's going to be able to compete a little bit better against Ahmet. Or not.
Yeah, if Bamya is able to get a weapon, finally manages to get one, but not without taking 5 hits of unanswered damage. Now, swinging back in here with that axe, I mean, those circular hitboxes, we've talked about them for years, Duke. How simple it is to line up those hitboxes against your opponents, and especially with Taros with all that force, it will be easy. Oh, he got over the lip there. I don't even know that Bamya was expecting for that nair to go over the corner.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted it that high because he left himself open on the side and Ahmet took full advantage of it.
Will he get out though? I mean, he can't get off the side right now. Ahmet just putting so much pressure here. Forces out the recovery. Oh, man.
Dude. You saw the triple exclamation points. I was like, where's that axe recovery? It comes up, but Ahmet did such a good job catching him while he was sweat beating up and not letting him touch back down onto the ground. So Bamya had no way of recovering after getting launched to the right side.
Yeah, he really scooped him. I didn't expect it. I mean, Oh, maybe.
Okay.
All right, that's
Good
going to
bait.
work. So this is already a better game in comparison to game one. Bamya at least able to get a stock, has the axe in hand here as well, might be able to rack a bit of damage, but Ahmet gonna go ahead and grab that orb that we've seen already prove such a worthy adversary to Bamya here. I wonder if Bamya can bring it back.
I mean, Ahmet's doing a really good job consistently getting these damage. Wow, sidelight and whiff the Nair follow-up gets caught on the easy read, the classic sidelight N-sig for the Petras, and a full stock advantage basically to Ahmet.
At this point, I mean, Teros did a little bit better, but you can see every time Ahmet gets an opening, it's 2, 3, sometimes even 5 hits in a row. Meanwhile, Bamya, you know, kind of fishing for these strays. There we go, get a stomp Sayer. It's good damage. It's Teros after all, but needs to win more interactions in neutral to have a shot to even bring this back.
Man, I really feel like Ahmet is so okay.
Disgusting.
Dude, Ahmet's so good. He's doing a really good job specifically about recognizing the dodges of Bamya, and almost every single time Bamya throws out a dodge wrong, Ahmet full-on punishes. You saw that gravity cancel N-sig immediately. Ahmet comes over, dash jump, turnaround, dare towards the wall. Even that final sequence, like that was a burn dodge from Bamya, and he goes, okay, gravity cancel, side light, side air. Easy KOs.
And it really goes to show you kind of like who's really putting in that time and effort during the offseason to really grind and get there, right? We were all kind of looking at Ahmet. We're like, yeah, pretty good. Power rank 29, clearly not just like some random guy, but still someone we're not quite used to seeing this far in bracket, making it look easy, right? If this is any precursor to what the 2025 season is going to look like for Brawlhalla, I'm scared for EU when it comes winter champs.
Yeah, and like not to sleep on Bamya at all, man. This is PR number 7 from last year. So he was definitely a really strong competitor. Obviously, you can see he's gotten the 100 wins at the max elo. So he's, of course, a strong competitor for the ranked ladder at the very least. But he's just getting freed up a little bit against Ahmet.
3, 2, 1.
So now we're going to Demon Island, and we're going to go ahead and have Mirage instead here. I mean, that means we're going to have that spear. We're going to have some pretty good signatures as well, but I'm wondering if just a legend swap is going to be enough. We saw a legend swap last game as well. Teros didn't really do much. Do you think Mirage is going to work?
I feel like this is just like throwing darts at a board. Like Bamya at the very least got a stock in the last game, but like again, you know what? I just need to speak wrongly and it'll work out because Bamya getting the first stock in this one.
Yeah, I mean, that neutral sig so fast, clean setup off of either a light side light or a neutral light as well. And you can see Ahmet's having a tough time kind of getting into Bamya now. Maybe Bamya just needed the opportunity to play with the lead. And so far, it's working out so well. Every hit here, all that Mirage force, really making the gap that much wider.
Okay, nice safe option there. Bamya with that neutral light jump side air. Weapon toss, still able to pick it up as well. Ahmet needing to come back into this one. Likely going to look for a setup with the side airs. Ooh, Bamya actually got in there with that nair.
Oh, the recovery's not going to be enough, but one more probably will do it. Mirage doesn't have a whole lot of defense. We can see he goes for that N-Light N-Sig setup again, goes for the down sig as well. Says, if you try to cross me up, I'm going to spin around and make sure you second guess going for that option.
It almost feels like Bamya just needed a character that he was comfortable throwing out the SIGs. Because he's thrown out, I feel like, so many more SIGs on this Mirage, and he's going to get another stock with that spear.
He's going to go ahead swap right over back to that scythe. Ahmet looking a little bit lost here, and perhaps Bamya making the correct adjustments, throws that scythe away immediately, gets a D-Light, doesn't combos, beating him up on arm now. I don't know where the second win came from for Bamya, but came at the right time as looks like likely going to win this game number 3. We'll see if Ahmet has anything to say about that.
Yeah, this feels like a full-on different Bamya right now. A lot less dodging in neutral, a lot more just using... Oh, that was almost dirty.
He's still going though. Hold on.
Oh! Okay. You know what? He had to find a different dirt pile. He was like, that one, not enough. We got to go high for this dirt pile. And Bamya gonna get himself on the board.
What a read. goes extremely high up there and then just goes for the turnaround gravity cancel end sig. And that sig hits like so hard, like so hard. I don't think people like run into Mirage often enough on the ladder to like remember, but there's a few sigs in the game that like just kind of have a bit more oomph than like you're kind of expecting. And I think Mirage Ensig is one of them. Kind of gives me a only shades of old Cross Ensig. Only shades, not nearly as powerful, but
vague shades of it. I mean, it comes out so fast too for how hard it hits.
Yeah, right. You miss, you're like, whatever.
It helps that Bamya's going in. I just noticed he's on the strength stance, so he's actually got 8 strength to go up against Ahmet. I think that was one of the things that maybe he's looking for here, is to be able to like keep up in that strength department, because that was one of the things he immediately swapped off of with the Mordex, right? Like Terra's also high strength.
Oh man, and he's getting the reads now too. Ahmet looking a little bit flustered, but still hanging in there. I'm wondering if Ahmet can get a lead, if that's all it'll take. Is it one of those things where both of these players are just better at playing from behind? I love the stall there with the ground pound to make it harder for Bamya to catch him on the way down. Realized he was sweat beating and needed one more mix-up option.
Okay. He's got the stage control. Gonna fake out. Looked like he was gonna go for a dare, and they end up swapping places again.
Good patience coming out here. Nice catch on the landing there from Ahmet. Goes for the sidelights there. Not going to be enough. That weapon despawns as well and actually goes in the favor of Bamya, but the gravity cancel Ensig off of the D-Light. Not quite strong enough to get the stock, but almost enough to secure the KO.
I like the idea, though. He wanted to go for the efficient KO, saw that he was in the red, was hoping that maybe there was enough oomph on it, but that recovery is going to do it. And here's that opportunity, kind of like what you were talking about. Who can actually play from behind? Because so far, whoever gets the lead first kind of has just been keeping it.
Bamya trying not to let the gap become too wide, and just like that, managed to get a dash jump fastball down air to go ahead and yeet Ahmet off into the KO box there. And so now we have a tie game, as close as it can quite literally be. I mean, even damage here. Ahmet gets the first hit. Bamya trying to counter punch, manages to get an end light into a nair as well, and is getting a lot. But hold on, Ahmet gets him without a dodge. That's guaranteed 4 hits. Huge punish off of that opportunity.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. I kind of like the way Bamya's playing this out, though, with his scythe. He's going a little bit more reactionary, right? Like, he'll go for an opener and then just kind of watch, see what Ahmet's going to do, and then try to punish after Ahmet does the reaction.
Bamya has been a little bit scared in the corners in a lot of these matches. Comes to the stage a little bit quicker this time around. Nice read there with the end light. Doesn't get a follow-up, though, but, I mean, this damage is racking up. The down sig is hitting as well. Ooh, that read could have been disastrous, but Ahmet's not going to find it. Off the corner here, gets caught by the down air. Bamya wants to secure the knockout, gets the reverse nair, and that should be it. The gravity cancel D-light to secure the knockout. Bamya has brought this back.
That is the power of Scythe right there. That control that Bamya had on the offstage, just keeping Ahmet in that open air. Every single time Ahmet got close to the wall, Bamya kept him away from it. Got that easy KO.
Ooh,
good spot dodge through it.
I love the patience coming out here from Bamya. Tries to get the swing. And you see, just going left to right. What side are you going to land on so I can end light? Ahmet manages to just attack out of that disadvantageous situation and has been able to get the knockout. But at this point, in the very light orange here, right? You have some damage to make up for, but we do know Ahmet's punish game does have the capability to bring things back. There's 4 hits in a row right there, and suddenly things are almost even again.
Yeah, Ahmet really just putting in that work. Ooh, sidelight just slightly off the mark. That could have been really bad for Bamya. This one is going to be pretty bad for Bamya, as it is off stage and another side air. Bamya's in trouble. Gravity cancel side six is going to whiff, and he's not going to get the wall touch. 3-1. Ahmet is the champion.
Okay, yeah, kind of a bit of a...